What's up guys, Multiversus officially comes out in 2 days, and if you haven't been following the news or have been checked out like me since the developer update video, go ahead, grab a snack right now, grab a drink, kick back, relax, stay a while, why don't you? You know, it's gonna be a good time. Let's jump right into it. So since the developer update came out, Playerfirstgames has been serving us dishes left and right of new characters, new maps, new stages, new game modes, and tons of additional info on the game up until May 28th. Starting off with what everyone wants to know, the new characters of the game. The first character they announced was Joker from the DC universe, pretty crazy, voiced by none other than Mark Hamill himself, the man, the myth, the legend. And the way they announced him was through a present gift box with a lock on it. They wanted you to work together and use clues like be kind and rewind to crack the code, but when the community figured out all 10 clues, they opened the surprise box and they revealed that Joker is coming to Multiversus. And then alongside that, we get the Joker reveal trailer, so let's go ahead and look at that. In that, we see Bugs getting slammed against the wall, Shaggy reaching for one last bite of that sandwich, and Arya about to toss in the towel. And then Batman just walks up menacingly to a green smoke cloud, revealing the one and only Joker himself. I'm not sure if anyone has pointed this out yet. They might have, I'm not sure. I'm not really tapped in. But we get a new title screen graphic at the end of the Joker reveal, and it's a little different from the old one. In the old graphic, it was a normal clock tower, but in this graphic, we now have the face of him in one of the clocks of the clock tower. And if you don't know who him is, he is basically the main antagonist of the Powerpuff Girls in their show. But very interesting to see his face in there. I wonder what else they've hinted at throughout all of this information. Let's move on. We also get a look at Joker's gameplay with the Send in the Clowns gameplay trailer they released. It starts off by showing us Joker has hacked into the back computer and is messing with all the character profiles. He even draws on Wonder Woman's face as a goof. In the top corner, you do see the Powerpuff Girls, a character that everyone has been anticipating, and we do see them listed, which is very, very cool. And them being listed as one profile instead of 3 separate profiles makes me think that they might be a trio character, kind of like Pokemon Trainer, where you'll be able to swap out with them, or all 3 of them are playing at once. Then the Joker brings up all his pop-ups that his virus has used to infect the back computer, and some of them are really funny. Getting tweets and memes from characters like Joker, Harley, and Black Adam. And then we get into some awesome gameplay from Joker, showing off his moveset and some insane skins. Like for one, the Batman Who Laughs skin, oh my goodness. We also see a new Harley skin, and on Twitter we see like a summer Joker skin. I'm assuming you're going to be able to get it during the summer events, and it looks pretty cool. And this Joker, I don't know what Joker this is exactly, and by looking at this, I don't know exactly which one to define this Joker as. But if you guys know, definitely leave a comment down below, because this one I just drawn a blank on this one. And to wrap up the Joker presentation, they gave us a moveset showcase video, which I did a while back for all the characters the first time around. If you haven't checked those out, go check those out right now. And I will be doing it again for all the characters on release for May 28th, so stay tuned for that. But Joker has some really, really flashy moves that look wild, and that fits him perfectly. He's the Joker. The next character they announced was one that caught me a little off guard, but it is Banana Guard from Adventure Time. And Banana Guards are the Royal Knights of Princess Bubblegum from the Adventure Time show, and the fact that he made it into this game gives me so much more hope for so many more characters to come to this game. He looks like he's going to be really wacky, and I'm sure the Adventure Time fans are going to love playing as him and have a great time. The way they announced this was actually really funny though. They sent out some packages to some YouTubers and streamers. I don't know why I didn't get one. But they sent out these packages, and these packages had a perishable sticker on them, and they were just a brown package with a big orange perishable sticker on it. And people were saying like, why are we getting these packages? So shout out to the Different Nerd and Noisy Boy, the homies. They got 2 of those packages, and inside these packages there were actual bananas with the Multiversus sticker on the front of it, hinting at who the next character is going to be. Here's a clip of Nerd opening it live on stream right now.
Bro, what is this? Bro, this makes no sense. You think I made this up? This is real. It says perishable, meaning there's food in here. What else? Oh, damn. I just got banana. It's crazy. The banana reveal is crazy. The banana reveal is crazy.
Big shout out to Nerd and Nosy Boy. Go follow them. I'm going to link their channels in the description down below. So they got sent these bananas, hinting at the next character, which we now know is Banana Guard. And we get to see his gameplay trailer too. He is a bruiser and he really does look like he packs a punch. I've heard people talk about him. He's probably going to be an issue, but we shall see on the 28th. And at the end of the trailer, he even says, "I'm not a joke character, right?" Which is Playerfirstgames kind of like teasing at us that he kind of is, but he kind of isn't. And if you've been following stuff on Twitter, you kind of know like the background of Banana Guard. So it's really funny, just really funny that they said that. And the last official new character coming to the roster is a terrifying addition, one that will change the outcome of who is going to be able to be added into this game for the future. It's none other than Jason Voorhees, the crazy psycho horror movie villain that we all know and love. If this doesn't get a whole new audience into the game, I do not know what will. They also said that Jason will be on the first tier of the battle pass on the 28th when the game drops. But if you're a returning player, you'll get access to the premium battle pass for the free ski for free, but you gotta do it before June 11th, so make sure you play before June 11th so you can log in and get Jason for free. So after they announced him, they also dropped a gameplay trailer, and it's actually shot like a horror movie trailer, which is so funny. And they're also showing us gameplay footage at the same time, which is really cool. In the trailer, Jason chases the characters around the map and even straight up slices and dices Bugs Bunny. Jason is a tank class character, so he's going to be very difficult to kill, which makes a lot of sense because you can't kill Jason in his movies. He has a literal command grab that puts you in a sleeping bag and drags you on the floor, so good luck with that. Oh, and don't forget, he's been to space, which I didn't even know what was that about until I looked into it. Which, funny enough, there's a movie that came out in 2002 called Jason X. Jason X takes place in the year 2455, where they unfreeze Jason from a cryogenic sleep, and then he goes on a rampage in the spaceship that he's in. They then trap Jason behind this comically large door and think it's all over, but little did they know, Jason got some upgrades now, and now he's Jason X. This movie looked like an absolute flop, and I'm glad I didn't hear about it when it came out, because if I watched it, I would not have gotten that time back whatsoever. But all jokes aside, I know it's a really cool reference for the diehard Jason fans that I know they will love to have included in this game. The trailer ends with Jake the dog and Shaggy saying what it sounds like to be their last words, and Jason just stalks them creepily from our perspective, at the same time just doing his creepy heavy breathing while looking at them. And then suddenly now he's behind them and ends Shaggy's whole career in the blink of an eye, just like that. Then we get a fade to black, the trailer ends, we get the title card, and that's all the new characters we know for sure that are coming to the roster on May 28th. Characters they haven't mentioned but have been teased or talked about at some point or another in the past are Green Lantern, Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs, Aquaman, him, Harry Potter, Samurai Jack, Daffy Duck, Blue Beetle, any of the Teen Titans, maybe Marceline, and maybe Mojo Jojo as a playable character, but that I don't think that would be a thing, but maybe. I want to play as Mojo Jojo though. But those 11 characters right there are characters we know that they teased at or hinted at, and 11 is a big number right now. To be at 11 before the game has even released yet, that's insane. Hopefully there's hundreds of characters in this game. That would be so sick. That would be my dream. If there's hundreds of characters, then it would be like endless fans and audiences from all over the place playing Multiversus. But I haven't gotten into the specifics of some of those characters, so stay tuned. Trust me, I'll go over why we think some of those characters are gonna get added into the game later on in the video. Just stick around, it's gonna be a juicy one, trust me. Now moving on, they have showcased 2 new maps for us as well. The first one up is going to be Dexter's Lab, which is probably going to be my favorite stage to play on, but the stage is exactly what it sounds like. It's Dexter's Lab. What what can you expect? All kinds of crazy interactions are going to happen, and the map has 2 different versions. So Dexter's Lab version 1 is a never-ending side-scrolling map which presents different stage hazards. Like, the word they use is gadgets, and all these gadgets look super fun to mess around and play with during the match. I can't wait to see all the crazy clips you guys send into Multiversus highlights on Dexter's Lab 1, because that map is going to be a wild time. Then they showed Dexter's Lab 2, which they call the boring way to play at first, but then they quickly scratch it off and change it to competitive, which I think is really funny. They're focusing on the casual and fun gameplay aspect of everything, but they are still focusing on the competitive aspect of everything, which is something you can only ask for that when it comes to a game developer. The stage has 2 platforms, the top one being smaller than the one below it, and I love a stage like this. Characters that love to juggle other characters love a layout like this for competitive games. It's going to be a hard map to counterpick to, or a hard starter. We never know how this is going to fall in the meta of competitive. So that was Dexter's Lab 2. They also showcased another map, the city of Townsville, and this is a stage and a boss fight all at the same time, guys. Let me explain. The stage is the rooftop of Townsville Hall, where the mayor is always seen on the show. On the stage, you battle against each other like you normally would, but you also battle against Mojo Jojo at the same time. He fires different weapons from his ship while you guys are fighting, like lasers, bombs, and even a gun that turns you into a dog. And if you succeed in taking him down in the boss battle during the match, he starts to destroy sections of the ship, which makes the map a little smaller, and it just adds to the chaos of all the madness that is happening already on this map. All in all, it looks really hectic, and I'm kind of curious to see what a competitive version of this stage would look like, if they even make one. And then at the end of this stage showcase, we do get a new graphic title card for Multiversus, but this one is with the iconic colors, obviously, of the Powerpuff Girls. The color scheme being blue for Bubbles, pink for Blossom, and green for Buttercup. And maybe this purple-ish, and maybe we can say another blue, could possibly represent a lesser known Powerpuff Girls character. She's actually the first creation of Professor X and the older sister to the iconic Powerpuff Girls we all know. Her name is Blistina Utonium. She's the older sister of the Powerpuff Girls, and I'm not sure if these other colors are exactly representing her. I don't know, they could be, but just the idea to throw out there. I wouldn't exactly write it off, but it's just something to think about. You never know. Whoa, I'm in a different shirt now. I'm a different Bloodhound variant. Whoa, it's crazy. I'm actually a variant that went to go have pizza with my family, and then when I got back, the power went out, so this variant lost the other half of the script to this video. But no worries, we're gonna freestyle the rest of it because it's in here. So let's talk about PvE mode, guys. The overview starts off them showing us a little bit of the Rifts mode, they call it. And this Rift overview is kind of like a PowerPoint presentation that gets taken over by all the other characters, and it becomes chaotic like all these other things have pretty much been. While Velma is trying to explain all this to us, Marvin takes over and tries to explain it in the most complicated way possible. And one thing to point out during Marvin's presentation is we actually have a timeline number, which would, I guess, be our timeline number representing our main timeline in Multiversus. So keep that in mind. WB35C is the number. Then you can see in the graph all these different branch off points. Very, very Marvel-esque. I've been watching a lot of Marvel videos, so maybe my brain is just stuck there. But our main universe right now is WB35C. Rift mode is focused more towards casual players, so if you like to chill, just kick back and play some games, you can go ahead and enjoy the Rift mode. You can click the Rift to open up the Rift, and within the Rift you'll have nodes, and those nodes will be different challenges, different battles, boss battles, tutorials. You'll have all kinds of different nodes. So think of the Rift as just like the world. We're entering into that Rift world, and then within that Rift world we can do all sorts of things. They're going to be changing things and adding things, so it could literally be anything within those nodes. Then they start explaining a little bit about the new mutators, which are kind of like perks for the nodes, and they're basically going to be things that enhance something in the match, decrease something in the match, make something unique happen in the match because of that mutator. So it's kind of like the perks, but again, they show us a little bit of what they do, and it's not really like the old perks. There's a lot of new unique things when it comes to the mutators. And then Finn and Jake come into the presentation to drop the hottest track of 2024 so far. But while they're doing their performance, we actually get to see a whole bunch of skins in the game that we haven't seen yet, and we get to see the new loot box system, and they are Acme crates, which is really cool. I love the Acme crate idea, and you get to get different currency, different mutators, stuff like that from those Acme crates. If you are curious how the new currency system is going to work in the release on May 28th, go ahead and pause the video right now. You can see how the new currency is used and how the new currency is earned. Then we get a super psychedelic presentation from Raindog, which I love as well, and he's just basically explaining the new gem system. And the gems are basically what the perks were in the beta. So the gems are good, they're going to be the same as the perks. It's going to be 3 different kind of gems: offense, defense, and utility. And with these gems, you're going to be able to give your characters different buffs, different advantages in the match you're going to be able to actually use. So for example, you can probably get an extended side special or something, or faster movement speed, faster dodge speed. These gems do all sorts of things. So when the game comes out, we can look at all the gems because there's gonna be a lot of them. So towards the end of this presentation, before Taz literally wrecks the whole set, they show us a little bit of the different types of rifts we're gonna be able to play. So one of them is even a jump rope game, matching card game, boss battles, tutorials, challenges. There's going to be all kinds of rifts and nodes. Be excited if you are a more casual gamer and you are looking for more from Multiversus in the beta. Now, before we get into the breakdown of the meat and potatoes of everything, the Stars Collide Pies Fly trailer, we're gonna go ahead and talk about all the side events they've been doing here and there. They did a McDonald's collab with the Happy Meal toy. Multiversus had a Happy Meal toy in McDonald's for a limited time only. I did a video on that. Go check that out if you haven't already. They also did a NHL event where the different Multiversus characters were playing hockey against each other, and that was also officially streamed live on television. They did a whole Discord Q&A where they answered a whole bunch of questions and posted it in the official Multiversus Discord server, so go check that out. I'm saying the community asked a lot of questions and they gave us a lot of answers, so go check that out if you haven't already. We get to see a little bit of the battle pass from their Twitter, and we already know that Gleamium is going to be on the battle pass, but we do see it right here on the battle pass. So I'm super excited that they're putting Gleamium on the battle pass, so you can use that Gleamium to buy the next battle pass, and you can just keep on getting rewards. Hopefully they actually give us enough Gleamium to buy the next battle pass, but only time can tell. They also said on their Twitter that if you are a returning player, you're going to be getting a Snowsuit Finn variant, which looks really clean, a special edition Rising Stars ring out effect, which is also super dope, and a special edition Banana Guard announcer pack, because why not? Why wouldn't you want to hear Banana Guard announcing your games? So if you're a returning player, you're not only going to get the battle pass for free and Jason for free, you're going to get a free Finn skin, ring out effect, and an announcer pack. So make sure you log in before June 11th, I believe it said, because you do not want to miss out on these rewards. But enough about that. Let's get into the Stars Collide Pies Fly trailer breakdown, where all the meat and potatoes are. Guys, we have to talk about this. So the trailer starts off with a whole bunch of different Warner Brothers logos, some logos that they've used over time throughout their movies. And starting off with the first logo, it looks like they have their classic WB animation logo. I couldn't really find any other WB logos that match this one specifically, but it looks pretty close to the WB animation logo and color scheme, so let's just call that one the classic one. The next WB logo we see is like a black stonish looking one, and I couldn't find anything that matched up with it specifically, like on the money, but the Harry Potter ones look like this similar like stonish look, so let's call this one the Harry Potter one. This next one, I had no idea what this could be related to, but the closest one I found was from this movie they did called The Invasion. I've never seen it, never heard of it, but maybe that's the Invasion WB logo. That's a stretch, but yeah, we're calling that one the Invasion one. The next two, we obviously know where they're from. This next one is the Scooby-Doo one. It's seen at the beginning of the Scooby-Doo movies, and we have Scooby-Doo characters in the game, which makes sense. And this next one is so obviously the one they use at the beginning of the Matrix movies, and I'll hold my tongue a little bit on this. We've been anticipating Neo for a long time, but later on in this trailer, we see exactly who they're referencing with this. And yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later on. Next one. This one, again, I couldn't exactly pinpoint which WB logo this one was. It has a stone looking, crack looking vibe going on, but the only thing I can really think of is the one they used at the beginning of Sherlock Holmes. Again, a stretch, but let's call this one the one they used at the beginning of Sherlock Holmes, because I want Sherlock Holmes to be in the game. That would be so dope. Moving on to our next WB logo, it's clearly the one they used at the beginning of Blue Beetle. It's super similar, almost identical, but you can clearly see the similarities in the blue and the gradients with the purple. So definitely the one they used at the beginning of Blue Beetle. And you know, Blue Beetle is definitely a potential character that could be added in this game. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Our last WB logo is their iconic WB logo they've been using for a little while now, after they rebranded from their old you know, art style and stuff. Then from this WB logo, we get straight into the trailer. The trailer pops off real quick with Finn running away from Bugs Bunny throwing pies at him. And you can see the Pinky and the Brain balloons again. So another reference towards Pinky and the Brain. We're gonna get them eventually in this game. And behind Finn, you can see Acme Labs. It's clearly a reference to the Animaniacs. You can see it in the show right here. So they are throwing those in there for us. We just have to keep a close eye out for them. I wish they made them a little more difficult, but let's move on to the next one. One they made hidden, but not hidden enough to where I'm just like, yes, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Is we see a duck season flyer behind Finn's leg. Finn jumps in and kind of blocks it for a second, but they did this in the Marvin trailer. When I discovered the Marvin ship was in the background, they would, you know, occasionally block it and then bring it back so that we can kind of draw focus to it, but also kind of be drawn away from it at the same time. The duck season flyer, clearly a reference to the iconic Daffy Duck, and if we have Bugs in here, we're gonna get Daffy Duck. We have Taz, we have all these, you know, Looney Tune characters, we gotta have Daffy Duck. Then the big guns come in. Velma steps in and helps Finn fight against Bugs Bunny, but for a single frame we see this poster in between Finn's legs. I don't know if it's anything notable to point out, but if anyone could be like, oh my gosh, that's this. I couldn't find exactly what it is, but if you know, comment down below and maybe we can find something out together. And again, as Velma is hitting Bugs with the sass, with the straight up you can see him blocking something. Then he gets hit out the way and exposes that something, so it draws our attention to it, and that is the ship from the Animaniacs, specifically the episode season 2, episode 3, I believe it was. I lost the other half of the script, guys, so this is just straight up from memory. So the Joker tries to come and ruin the fun, but Velma has seen it all before. She handles him real quick and sends him flying away, and Bugs comes in with the classic safe from above move, and when he traps them inside the safe, he hits them against the water tower. We see some of the juiciest stuff in this whole trailer. So 4 items come flying out the WB tower, and those 4 items are Aquaman's trident, Samurai Jack's katana, Bubbles' little stuffed octopus toy, and a broomstick, which could mean Harry Potter or could mean Wicked Witch of the West. We don't really know. I'm leaning towards Harry Potter. Then the safe goes flying into space, and we don't really see much in the overhead bird's eye view, but we do see the mystery machine right there, so that's a cool thing to point out. And again, another look at the Pinky and the Brain like hot air balloons, so again referencing Pinky and the Brain. And as the safe cleans Iron Man's clock real good, we get to see a shot of Sky Arena, which we know this is Sky Arena because the symbol on the bottom of the stage is the same symbol right here with the colors. You can see it. That's a Sky Arena stage. Then Iron Giant falls into the city of Townsville. Then Cake the dog and Marvin start brawling. Behind Marvin's gun, you can see Mojo Jojo's spaceship flying in and out there. I don't know if Mojo Jojo is going to be a playable character or not. Again, I just think he's going to be part of the city of Townsville stage, but if he was a playable character, that would be really tight. Cake the dog smacks up Marvin real quick, and behind Marvin we get another shot of the clock tower, but instead of the clock being in there, we get him's face again. So just, you know, note that in the brain, because him could be coming to this game. And when Marvin shoots the gun that says do not fire on it, clearly we see a shot of the billboard with the talking dog in it from Powerpuff Girls as well. Don't know if they're gonna add the talking dog, but That would definitely be a joke character, especially since we already have a talking dog in this game. So Iron Giant and Big Boy Stripe join the fight, and Marvin kind of gets knocked out, and when Iron Giant looks over at Marvin, we see in the corner a very, very familiar pair of glasses and a very, very familiar purple glove, which we know 100% belongs to the character Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. So we get a little tease of Dexter right there in the corner, which is very, very cool. Iron Giant then goes sicko mode on Stripe and sends him blasting all the way to Jump City from Teen Titans. There we can see Wonder Woman looking off into the distance from what we know is Teen Titans Tower, and we know this is Jump City because you can see Hive Tower all the way there in the back. Hive Tower in the show was an underground facility, but you know what I mean. They can change it. Hive Tower could be above ground. What difference does that really make? Then we see another reference to Aquaman. We see Aquaman's HQ right there. I don't know specifically what HQ this was. I couldn't find it, but comment down below if you know exactly what this is from. So as the evil Wonder Woman variant spawns in, getting ready to fight our Wonder Woman, we see in the background on the floor a plushie of Silky, or I don't know if it's actually Silky himself or herself. I don't know what gender Silky was, but we see the Silky reference on the floor right there, and we also see a picture of Joker with Robin's weapons thrown at him, so we know Robin was taking target practice at Joker's face. We actually see Robin in the monitor above the 3 enemies that spawn in, but it's Robin from Teen Titans Go, so maybe they're going to be adding something from Teen Titans Go, at least the stage. We might see the stage at least from Teen Titans Go. So now Wonder Woman has to fight 2 different variants of herself and Arya, which I don't see her winning whatsoever. As they're fighting, we get a couple different references to different characters. First off, we see a copy of Raven's favorite show, Pretty Pegasus, right there on the beanbag. So that could be a reference to Raven, or just could mean that we're in the Teen Titans Tower right now, and it makes sense that the Pretty Pegasus copy is on the beanbag. Next, we get a shot of the little side table next to the Pretty Pegasus copy, and we see a framed picture of Robin and Batman from Teen Titans Go. Then next to that, we see the Green Lantern's core yet again. It was in the first trailer they gave us, the first cinematic trailer, and I pointed it out then, and again it's in this second one. So that's our second reference towards Green Lantern coming to Multiversus. And as Wonder Woman is pretty much handling her own right now, she knocks Arya back, and we see the whole Raven corner. This is definitely a corner dedicated to Raven, and definitely a Raven reference. We got the hex circle on the wall, we got the skulls, the candles, the table, we got everything. This is definitely a reference towards Raven. Then big homie Rick comes out of nowhere as usual, and then just dips as usual. But after he dips, we see the Batman and Robin plushies on the floor from Teen Titans Go. Then we follow Rick running through a whole bunch of different sections. He runs through the Batcave as Batman is trying to still deal with the virus that Joker put in his Batcomputer. Then he runs through Treefort, and we get a shot of Marceline's base, and maybe that is a reference towards Marceline. I mean, obviously it is, but who knows if she's coming to the game or not. We just got Banana Guard. I don't think they're gonna go that ham on Adventure Time characters like that, so just something to point out. He also runs through Scooby's haunted mansion, and there was a box on the floor. You can see it right here. I have no idea what this is. I tried to reverse Google image search it, couldn't come up with anything. I'm drawing another blank on this right here, so if you know what this is, comment it down below, or if you figured out what this is, comment it down below. I'm super curious, because at first you think Scooby snacks because it makes sense because it's in Scooby's haunted mansion, but it doesn't exactly look like a Scooby snacks box. It looks something like something completely different. Rick ends up in throne room with all the other characters from the trailer, ready to take on the Joker, and they think they finally have him cornered, they finally have him outnumbered, and the Joker reveals that he is not alone. And this is when we get the 2 biggest drops in the whole trailer. First off, Jason spawns in, which we already know is coming to the game, but then next person to spawn in, guys, is Agent Smith from the Matrix. So you can see why they used the Matrix WB logo at the beginning of this trailer, hinting at a Matrix character involvement of some kind. But now that opens up the door for Neo 1000%, because we've been waiting for Neo for so long, and the fact that Agent Smith is in here now, Neo is 1000% coming. 1000. I'm holding that in my heart, because if you didn't notice, we had 2 different characters do a Matrix-esque you know, bullet dodge move in slow-mo. So again, another hint towards a famous Matrix move. And not only them too, we have 4 more potential villains spawn in, because I don't think any heroes would come to help the Joker, Jason, and Agent Smith. So we have 4 more villains confirmed coming to Multiverses. One of them, I think, being him from the Powerpuff Girls. Maybe you can say Pinky and the Brain. Maybe you can consider them as villains, because they try their hardest. They really do try their hardest. But then that leaves 2 more villain slots open that I really don't know who would fill in there. So comment down below, what 4 villains do you think are spawning in to help Agent Smith and Jason and Joker fight against all these other heroes? Then it ends beautifully with all of our new characters included in this new character portrait, which I love. There's tons of space for more characters to come, and I cannot wait to see who they add in this freaking game, man. So that's already 4 new confirmed characters coming to the game: Banana Guard, Joker, Agent Smith, and Jason. Like I mentioned earlier, there's still tons of characters they mentioned, teased at, or hinted at in some way, shape, or form, like Blue Beetle, Green Lantern, Pinky and the Brain, the Animaniacs, Raven, Robin, pretty much any of the Teen Titans. Don't know if I already said Blue Beetle. Maybe Sherlock Holmes, maybe Neo, maybe Marceline, maybe Mojo Jojo is gonna be a playable character, not just a boss in that stage. I don't know. There's a whole lot. There's like 11 characters or something like that that we have gotten hinted at or teased at, and we still have nothing or no new information on them. What a way to end everything. And they are also going to start off everything with a bang. They're going to be having a launch party on the 28th with guest DJ Eliminate with remixes of all of the Multiversus songs. And they're also going to be doing Twitch drops, so tune into your favorite streamer to get your Twitch drops. It's a free Garnet skin, some Gleamium, and a Tom and Jerry banner. So go ahead and watch your favorite streamer. Make sure you have your Twitch connected to your WB account so you can get the Twitch drops to your actual WB account. And yeah, I just want to thank Playerfirstgames so much for always putting so much work into everything they do. Insane amount of work into everything they do. We just want to say thank you. I'm trying to, you know, speak for the community ourselves. We really appreciate everything you do for us. And now speaking to the community, I hope you guys appreciated all the work I put into this video. Even with my power going out and losing half the script, I still try to finish this out strong for you guys. And I'm hopefully going to get this out before Multiversus drops. I kind of have to, because, you know, the way I speak in this video, it would make no sense to post it after it dropped. But yeah, I'm going to try to get this up today. The link to get discounts on W is going to be down below. Go ahead and do that, because that helps support me directly and helps support me, you know, keep on doing this thing that I love to do. And also my link tree is down below with all my social medias and my Discord server. So go ahead and check that out if you're curious. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to join the squad today, and comment down below if I missed anything, or if you just want to, you know, leave a nice little message or whatever. That's going to be it for me. Peace out, guys. Stay safe. Have a good day, night, whatever works for you, whatever time of day is your time of day right now. Peace.